The candidate ascertained the reason for the discussion and the patient's concerns, and explained how he would address the various concerns in turn. He explained openly that there had been an error in the prescribing of the gentamicin, and this is a possible cause of his tinnitus and hearing loss. He explained that normally gentamicin is dose adjusted according to the levels in his blood, but this unfortunately was not the case here, and high blood levels could have led to ear damage. He apologised for this, as he acknowledged this was a genuine mistake and should not have happened. The GMC Good Medical Practice from 2006 sets out the principles of which good medical practice is founded. There is a duty of candour, and the GMC sets out the need to be open and honest with patients when things go wrong. The guidance is clear. Someone from the healthcare team should speak to the patient, or someone close to them, as soon as possible after the mistake has been identified. It is also important to note that the duty of candour will also apply if the patient has come to no apparent harm. For example, if the patient had not developed any symptoms of ototoxicity, the occurrence should still be discussed with him. The candidate was honest about the patient's problem and did not give any false reassurance that things would definitely improve. But he said in some cases it would get better relatively quickly, and in some it may take a little longer. But unfortunately in some it may be permanent. This was particularly devastating news for the patient to hear, and he understandably became very angry. This was acknowledged by the candidate in an empathetic manner. The candidate was not drawn on the chances of permanent disability, as he understandably did not have those type of figures to hand. He acknowledged he needed to involve others, such as audiology and a specialist, which here would be ENT. No matter how emotionally charged the scenario becomes, the candidate should remain calm and avoid the 3 C's at all costs, namely confrontation, collusion, and confabulation. You should stick to the facts. The candidate tried to focus the patient on the fact that his well-being at present was the most important aspect to concentrate on, and that his concern around his hearing would be given top priority. The candidate reassured the patient there would be a critical incident report, which would spark an internal inquiry. He rightly signposted the patient to the Patient's Advice Liaison Service, or PALS, which is an internal hospital process, and if the person was not satisfied with this process, it can be taken to the Parliamentary and Health Service Ombudsman for an independent review. The management plan going forward was repeated to the patient at the end, and although he was never going to be happy about the current situation, it was clear what the next steps would be.